I was just wondering how you can justify the reduction in tuition fees when only the rich are going to benefit from it.
OK, so I said we get back to tuition fees.
This is an important question, Daniel. I don't agree that only the rich are going to benefit, and let me explain why. It is people on low incomes, middle incomes, high incomes who are burdened down by debt, all of whom are beginning their life with £44,000 worth of debt on average. Now, it so happens that the government's designed a system where 75% of people aren't even going to be able to pay off the debt. That's their only explanation for why they're saying somehow low-income people won't benefit. But it's just plain wrong, because I don't want young people from any background starting their life with that level of debt. The lady here said, wouldn't it have been better to reduce them to £3,000? Yes, absolutely. But, well, I'll tell you why I didn't do it. Because I've got to make sure the sums add up, and I don't want to be a Nick Clegg. I don't want to start off by saying I'm going to reduce it to £3,000, then get into government and try and hope you don't catch up with me because I haven't actually managed to reduce it. So I'm going to deliver on the promises, as I said earlier, that we can make. Say one other thing on this, because Daniel's question. We're also doing something important, which is raising the grant by £400 a year. Would I like to do more? Yes, I would. But it is a sign that I understand the point that it is also people's living costs that is a massive issue facing students.
What are people saying online about tuition fees, Tim?
This one from Nadeem. Tuition fees aren't stopping people from going to uni more than ever before. They're more from poorer backgrounds. This one from Fallen Angel. When you lower uni fees, will you bring back EMAs for 16 to 18-year-olds in education?
Look, I can't make a promise on the EMA for the reasons that I've set out. I want to make promises that I can keep. I know the EMA abolition was a big problem for many people. Just on this point about poorer backgrounds, it's a really important point, this. The government says, oh, we've done brilliantly on poorer backgrounds. What do they mean by done brilliantly? You've still got a situation where at the top universities, it's something like you're 12 times more likely to be from a richer background than a poorer background. That is hopeless. I mean, that's a hopeless situation. We cannot be complacent about social mobility in this country, but it is going backwards, not forwards. So I just don't agree with what the person said. I can't promise to bring back EMA. No.
OK.
It's about money, it's about having brains.
OK,
that's what gets you to uni.
Yes, gentleman here, please. Yes, it's with you. It's with you.
Okay. So you were saying how you're 12 times more likely to go to, say, one of the top universities if you're from a more rich background. So what are you going to do to ensure that social mobility starts in state schools and make them rival the private institutions that benefit so many people at the top?
Yeah, it's a good question. It's a good question. I think it starts early. So nursery education, we're going to expand nursery education from 15 free hours to 25 free hours. I think that's important for 3- and 4-year-olds. I think that will make a difference. I think we've got to deal with, we've got a promise to deal with class sizes for 5-, 6- and 7-year-olds because they're ballooning upwards, and we've got to deal with that. And then it's about standards and opportunity in schools. And it is having the highest standards with qualified teachers in schools. But you're right, it is a continuing battle, this. And it does go back to the earlier point about an unequal society, because a more unequal society, actually the question that was asked over there, a more unequal society is a less mobile society. So it is a constant battle, this. And look, there are great state schools doing a brilliant job. My old school, Haverstock Comprehensive, has got a brilliant head who's been there for 15 years, encouraging aspiration in young people. But so there's a lot more to do, I agree with you.
OK, are you satisfied with that answer?
Yeah. No.
Good stuff, good stuff. Yeah, gentleman here. Don't look so shocked.
You talk about tuition fees, but it was actually Labour that introduced tuition fees using Scottish votes, and yet it's English people that are affected by it.
Look, I understand the point about. I understand the point you're making. We introduced tuition fees in order to expand universities to $3,000. It was raised to £3,000. As I say, I would like to lower tuition fees below £6,000 if I could. I've done what I can. But I think you've got to judge me on what I'm doing in the future, not necessarily on what's been done in the past. I think it was done for different reasons when it was first introduced. I think trebling it to £9,000 went far too far.
OK, yeah, gentleman here.